So how to do the performance analysis or profitability analysis from the perspective of sales? So what you can do, you can calculate number one, a ratio which is known as gross profit ratio. How do you calculate gross profit ratio? I am sure all of us are aware gross profit divided by sales into 100 is your gross profit. You can calculate EBITDA margin ratio. How do you calculate the EBITDA margin ratio? EBITDA divided by sales into 100 will give you your EBITDA margin ratio. You can calculate net profit ratio. How do you calculate net profit ratio? You will calculate net profit ratio by dividing the net profit by the sales, and into 100 will give you net profit ratio. So this is how you will be doing performance analysis from the perspective of sales. That means what you're trying to do, you're trying to assess profitability at different stages in relation with the sales, and that is why it is performance analysis from the perspective of sales. Of course, friends, you can add many more ratios to this. So you can also have the EBIT margin to EBIT margin ratio. That also, in that case, what you do, take EBIT divided by sales into 100, and that will give you your EBIT ratio. Now again, let me go back to the previous discussion. How do I figure out as to how have I done in this year in my company? Very simple. Number one, compare your profitability ratios with your competitors' profitability ratio. Number two, compare your profitability ratios with the industry norms. Number three, compare your current year's profitability ratio with the last year's. Or number four, compare your profitability ratio with your budgeted figures, and that will give you an idea as to how is your company doing as far as the profitability is concerned. So this is from the perspective of sales. Let us look at how to analyze the profitability of a business from the perspective of capital provider पर्सपेक्टिव. यानी कि जिन लोगों ने आपके बिजनेस को में कैपिटल लगाया है, उनके हिसाब से आप प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी को कैसे एनालाइज कर सकते हैं. सो उसके लिए पहला एक रेशियो है, दैट इज ईपीएस, अर्निंग पर शेयर. वेरी क्रिटिकल रेशियो, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रेशियो. एंड लेट मी टेल यू फ्रेंड्स, पूरी दुनिया में द टॉप एग्जीक्यूटिव्स, द सीईओज, सीओओज, सीएफओज, CTOs, CMOs, CAOs, all kinds of chief operating officers, whether marketing or procurement or finance, all of them across the globe are driven by this one single number, and that is EPS. And why they are driven by this one single number? They are driven by this one single number because their bonuses are linked more often than not with the EPS of a company. With the EPS of a company. That means what? That means if the EPS of a company goes beyond a point, all these top executives will get very handsome bonuses. And please understand, why should the owners of a business give very attractive or handsome bonuses to the top team of the business when the EPS is going? And that is because EPS has got a direct relationship with the wealth of the shareholders. EPS has got a direct relationship with the wealth of the shareholders. I am sure, friends, many of you must be delving into the share market. Many of you would be keeping track of many of the companies which are there on the stock market. And you would have seen and you would have noticed, whenever the EPS of a company, whenever a company would declare quarterly result and there is a positive change in the EPS of a company, you will see the immediate reaction on the stock market is that the prices of this company on the stock market will start moving up. Now, how does it matter? It matters. And why does it matter? It matters because when the EPS of a company is going up, the market price of that company's share is going up, and by default, wealth of the shareholders of that company is also going up. And that is the significance of EPS, earning per share. And how do we calculate earning per share? Very simple. Profit after tax or earning after tax divided by the number of outstanding shares will give you your EPS. We only have to be a little more careful in case of a company which is also having preference share capital. So in case if a company is having preference share capital, then what we will need to do from the figure of earning after tax, we will need to deduct the amount of dividend which is applicable on the preference share capital, and then divide the difference by the number of shares. And that is the only change that you need to remember as far as the calculation of earning per share is concerned. And I'm sure all of you can very easily understand as to why this EPS is so critical. EPS is like a nabj, जिसको नब्ज बोलते हैं ना, नाड़ी नाड़ी है वो बिजनेस की। यानी कि जैसे कोई वैद्य होता है, वो नाड़ी को देख के मालूम कर लेता है कि ये आदमी को क्या बीमारी है, क्या तकलीफ है। उसी तरह से ईपीएस को देख के मालूम पड़ जाता है कि ये बिजनेस किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है। इफ द ईपीएस इज राइजिंग ऑफ अ बिजनेस, दैट बिजनेस इज ग्रोइंग एंड डूइंग वेल। इफ द ईपीएस इज गोइंग डाउन ऑफ दैट बिजनेस, दैट मीन्स दैट बिजनेस इज गोइंग इज इन ट्रबल, एंड one has to be careful in dealing with that business. So EPS basically tells you as to how much money company is earning on every share, that is EPS, earning per share. So if you are holding shares in a company and if you look at the EPS, you will get an idea as to what kind of return this company is earning on your investment. Then you have a variation of EPS, and that is CEPS. Now what is CEPS? It is cash earning per share. Now how do you calculate the cash earning per share? Is very simple. So to the figure of earning after tax, you will add the amount of depreciation and the amount of amortization, and that becomes your cash profit of that business, or cash accruals of that business. So for the cash accrual that you arrive by adding the amount of depreciation and the amount of amortization to the figure of earning after tax, you get the amount of cash accrual. Divide the amount of cash accrual by the number of shares which are outstanding on the date of the balance sheet, and what you will get is your CEPS, cash earning per share. Now this number is even more important because this number tells you as to what kind of cash the company is accruing or generating on every share, and that is your CEPS, cash earning per share. Now, as a shareholder, I'm sure you can understand, as a shareholder, you are a capital provider, and as a capital provider to the business, you will obviously be interested in finding out as to what is the earning per share of this business and what is the cash earning per share of this business. More the merrier, of course. Any question before we move to the next one?